me tell you that, well, it's okay. I love my job, but I have two other jobs. I work in a secondary school in the morning and in another secondary school in the afternoon. So I am used to be out of home. So,
Ah, okay.
so
I
I
thought you were working all the time for Sepa Inglés.
no, well, this is one of my jobs, and of course, I do it with all my passion and I dedicate time. But yes, it is not my only job. I am used to be traveling.
Okay, teachers, so you are suffering.
Yeah, because I am suffering in advance because I said, gosh, what am I going to do all day long here at home? Of course, I like to be home,
Yes.
but not all day long. So
Yes, you are not used.
yeah, so I need to invent what to do.
Yes, I can imagine.
I
But I
am,
hope that you find the best way
yeah, I will do
to
it.
be at home.
You know what? I am like a Tasmanian devil. So to,
Very, very active.
yeah, too much. But I think that it won't be a problem because I have two grandchildren. So I'm going to invent something with my grandchildren.
Yes, I'm sure of that.
Yeah,
Yes, and try to enjoy it,
yeah,
teacher.
that's it. That's the attitude.
Yes, exactly.
All
Yes,
right.
yes, thank you,
No, thanks to you.
teacher.
Okay. Flor, how are you?
Fine, teacher. Thank you.
Excellent. Pretty good. How have you been?
Um, I've been very worried about what is happening, and also I've been very fussy because I'm trying to merge from the personal assistance for the students to an online assistance, and I'm getting in trouble with these platforms. I think I'm doing fine, but as all that is new, I need to invest time in order to get in order to know how to use these new platforms that we have now.
Yes. Yes, you're right, because, well, it's a beginning. It is a beginning not only for students, but also for us.
Yeah,
So,
it's a new challenge.
yeah, so challenging.
Yeah, and but first I start today, and I was struggling with my students by WhatsApp and by email, and looking if they are already enrolled in my group. And it's what I've been doing. I'm worried for those that give up and said, I don't want to work in this way, teacher, but I said, please don't do it. We are going to do it fine.
Yeah, that's it. You know what? I have the same problem because on Sunday morning, I work in a university. It is a presential course. But with this situation, of course, we are not going to be able to work. And so all the careers are going to be working online.
Yes.
So this Sunday, we are going to have a training course. I am going to give the training course for all the students and the teachers because it is necessary to work online. We can't be staying without activities for 1 month. It is impossible. And they don't want to do it. They say that it is so difficult, that they don't have internet at home, that they
Yes.
don't have a cell phone. Many situations that they
They
put,
present,
yeah,
and
they
also
don't.
that they need to share their computer with their brothers or with their parents. And I said, well, you need to make a schedule, and in order to use the computer just a part of the day.
Yeah,
Most of my work is going to be in your book. So the only thing that I need is you to take photographs and upload that into the platform, and that's it.
yeah,
But but as everything, I think that the beginning is the most difficult.
Yes, that's it. They have to get used to it. That's the problem. And
Yes.
you know what? I think that the biggest problem is not that they get used to because they can do it. The biggest problem is resistant, that
Yes.
they don't want to learn. They
Yes.
don't want to use it. They want to be in their comfort zone.
Yes. Yes. I request my students to do this from last Tuesday, and they didn't do. Just one of the students did. And today in class, I told him, he asked me, teacher, am I in the group? And I said, let me check it. And he was already in the group. So I said, yes, you are in. And I asked him to help his
Mhm.
classmates for doing this. And I saw that everybody started to get near to this student, and he started to help him, to help everybody. And it was like a virus. Then in the classroom, there were 2, 3 more students that knew how to do that, and they were helping students each other. And I think that I said, oh, I need a class to do an hour to do this, so they can share their experience and they can help each other to do this. And they say that they express in the classroom that it was very easy. So I think that this uh, promote to motivate the other students to do this new
Mhm.
way of learning and teaching.
Yeah, you know what? I think that it's a question of attitude. With my students, it happens something similar because they don't want to do it, but they also realize that it is a very good opportunity for learning anything else that even is not something that I want as a desire. It's a necessity that they are facing in their everyday life. It's the modern way to have communication. And if they don't manage it, of course, they are going to be behind the others who have the skills. And
Yes,
so, yeah, you know what? When I started working here at ILSE, for me, it was tremendously difficult because I am not very good at technology. And so I had to get used to many things. And I was working with some teachers also, and there was that resistance. And they said, no, it is so difficult. It is impossible. We don't want to do it. But I said, you know what? It is a double course. You are paying just the half because you are having a course of English, of course, and you are having a managing technology course. And
yes,
it's for free. So they said, oh, yeah. I said, after that you manage the platforms, you can manage anything. Everything is going to be easier.
yes,
And at the end, they recognized, they said, yeah, you're right. Now everything is clearer.
yes.
Uh, well, thank you very much, Flor.
No, you're welcome.
Claudia, how are you? Claudia,
Fine,
hello.
fine,
Hi.
teacher. Thank you.
Excellent. How has your week been?
So cool, nice, teacher. Yes,
Ex-
it's just for today. Just for the illness, and I have to buy some things for the quarantena.
uh-huh.
But it's okay, teacher. Thank you.
Excellent. That's great. All right. Guess what? Today we are going to talk about something so beautiful. We are going to talk about pleasure. Okay. And so my question is, Flor, what do you do for pleasure?
Okay, for pleasure, I go to my garden, and I like to plant seeds, and I like to cut the leaves of my trees, and that is what I like to do for pleasure, to see how the plants are growing, and to see that some of them needs more water than the others, and to see videos about how to cut the trees, and that is what I do, teacher, because I love it too much.
Wow, so you like gardening.
I Gardening both fruits and vegetables.
Wow, hey, that's great. Excellent, thank you very much. Okay, so who's your victim?
Fabiola.
Thank you.
Okay, I
Fabiola, hello.
yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can listen to you.
Okay, teacher. Well, what I like to do for pleasure is to do exercise. I enjoy a lot walking in the nature and also being with the people who I love. I like to go to the movies. I like to go out with them and to enjoy, everything. Yes, I like to, yes, to walk and to be out with them, to share moments with them.
Wow. Hey, that's
Yes,
beautiful.
I like to read also, and I sometimes I like to watch videos about some topics that I'm interested in. For example, I'm interested on finances and also, for example, in health. And I love to look some ways to be healthy, the best ways to be healthy, and to cook. Well, I love to cook, so I see sometimes I watch some videos about how to cook
Wow.
some food which are nutritious but also delicious.
Hey, that's great. Excellent.
That's me. That's what I
Excellent,
that's what
Fabiola.
I love to do for pleasure. And also I love to travel because I think that Mexico is a very, very lovely country, and it has a lot of beautiful, beautiful places, of beaches and also mountains, every kind of uh, places, and also cultural towns that I think that they are very, very nice to visit and to enjoy their culture and their their the places, the architecture, and everything. I love to, and also I have had the opportunity to travel to some places, for example, to the United States. But I think that, for example, maybe Orlando, Florida is a beautiful place. I had the opportunity to be in Disney World and also in the Universal Studios. But I think they are beautiful, but they are not, it's something that is missing. That is maybe culture, and well, I think that people are kind, but I think that something is missing. And I think that here in Mexico, we have that thing that we call flavor. Maybe I don't know how
Mhm.
to say it in English, but well, it's something like, well, uh,
Yeah, you know what?
no, I don't know.
I think that
Mhm.
what you mean is that we are so charming. We are
Yes,
very
exactly.
charming people. People in the United States are very nice. They are very kind, but they are very cold and distant. Eh,
Yes, exactly. Because they are kind at that time, but that's it.
aha. Yeah, I studied
Yes,
in.
they don't follow the relationship.
Aha.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I studied in the University of Southern Indiana, and I got very, very nice friends. But at the end, it was very difficult to get used to talk to them because I am a very cheerful person, and I like so much to kiss people, to hug people, and sometimes I
Yes,
think I didn't
exactly.
respect their personal space, so they were shocked with me.
Yes,
But in a way, were
exactly.
happy to be talking to me. And later on, after a long time, they got used to me. And they started also to kiss me and hug me as I do. But at first,
Yes.
I kissed them or I hugged them, and they were like this, not moving, uh,
Wait,
in a shock, like,
what
what can
what
I
should
do?
I do with this?
She's attacking me.
Yes, something like that.
Uh-huh.
Yes, teacher. So I think that it's beautiful and they are kind, but not so kind like us.
Yeah, they are a little distant. But
Yes,
anyway, but
exactly.
yes, I totally agree with you. Mexico is incredible. It's one of the best places ever. Okay,
Yes, exactly, teacher.
well, Fabiola, I think that Claudia is missing, yes? Or
Yes,
has she already talked to us?
I think it was Claudia who talked, and I think that Flor is missing. Maybe, I think so.
Girls, who's missing?
Me, Claudia.
Claudia, excellent, thank you.
Okay. Okay. When I do things for pleasure, I go to swim, I visit different museums with my family. I go to the cinema with my sons. I watch science videos. I do exercise like aerobics. I pass time with my family. Um, sometimes we visit the beach, and I enjoyed eat a chocolate cake. Um, I go to have a dinner with my husband. Yes, and that's it.
Wow, beautiful. Excellent. So, Claudia, just a question. How many children do you have?
Two.
Two. Are they both boys?
Yes, they are boys.
Hey, that's great. Well, I was confused because sometimes when we say sons, of course, you mean two boys. And if you have a boy and a girl, then sons is not correct. Then you have to say children. But yes, if you have two boys, it's correct to say sons.
Okay.
All
Thank you.
right, thank you. Guess what? Now we are going to watch a video. And so I would like you to tell me, to talk to me about what you understand about this video, all right? So give me a moment so that I prepare this. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Excellent. Here we go.
Very complicated to answer. As humans, we want a lot of things. Once we have them, we usually want more. But if you talk to many people at different stages of their life, throughout many different parts of the world, you might notice that all of their desires have similar roots. So what if we could narrow our desires down to a handful of concepts or ideas? Well, this was the mission of Stephen Rice, a psychology professor in Ohio. In the 90s, Rice began to explore what makes people happy, what motivates them, and what their desires were. He studied the needs and desires of over 6,000 people and narrowed them down to 16 16 basic principles. You can read more about his findings in the book Who Am I? 16 Basic Desires That Motivate Our Actions, Define Our Personalities. But in this video, I'm going to briefly go over these 16 basic desires and how they shape your goals. So I'm listing the 16 basic desires in alphabetical order. While all of these desires are considered basic, they appeal to humans in different ways. One may not dominate over the others for everyone. If you've read about Maslow's hierarchy of needs, a lot of these might sound very familiar. But before I start this list, I want to give a shout out to a small project I've been working on the side. It's about productivity, and if you want a free sneak peek, check the link in the description to download a freebie. So, number 1, acceptance. Humans find themselves in different groups of people throughout their lives. Their families, friend groups, colleagues, friends. One of the basic human desires is to feel accepted within these groups. We want to feel as though we belong, and that the other people in the group want us to be in those groups. Basic desire number 2 is curiosity. Our lives and world are constantly changing. As we experience these things, we become more curious and feel the desire to learn about what's going on around us. Our curiosity can be satisfied through learning from textbooks or engaging in new experiences. Number 3 is as simple as eating. Our desire is as simple as the physical desire to eat and feel full. We need food to physically survive, but our desire to eat goes beyond basic satisfaction of giving ourselves the right vitamins and nutrients. We want food and drink that tastes good and looks delicious. We also want to use eating as a time to engage in social contact and to be a part of a larger group. Number 4 is family. One of the first groups that we belong to is family. We all have a desire to have a family, grow a family, and usually provide care to the people in our family. Number 5 is honor. When we make decisions that honor ourselves and our ethics, we feel pride in what we have done. Honor is more important in some cultures than others, and you might find this true for yourself or your friends. Some societies place honor as the most important trait that a person can desire. Each member of that society holds people to high individual expectations. Many people desire honor in order to honor past generations or other people in their society. Number 6 is idealism. Rice associates idealism with the desire to see justice and fairness played out within society. Our culture dictates what the ideal society should look like, and collectively, humans desire to see that idealism become realized. If you've taken my Psychology of Selling course, you know that I talk about the Kantian fairness bias, and this is kind of where it comes into play. People want things to be fair, but they also want the real world to be overly optimistically perfectly fair. Number 7 is independence. Not all desires take place in group situations. Even within groups, humans desire the need to be independent and feel like a unique person, to have their own ideas. Independence gives us the control to make our own decisions and live our life according to our own ideals. To be different, basically. Number 8 is order. Order gives humans a sense of control. When we recognize order in events or everyday occurrences, things like laws or schedules and to-do lists, we feel like we're in more control. We know what to expect, how the day is going to go, and how other people will behave in certain situations. Number 9 is activity. Physical activity has many benefits. Humans desire the endorphins that release and the stress that goes away through physical activity. Physical activity is proven to provide humans with physical and mental benefits. Number 10 is power. Power is another desire that is rooted in control. When we have power over others or power over a situation, we can control what happens to us and how we move through life. Power is a great example of a basic human desire that can benefit us in some ways and can also hurt us and our peers in other ways. Number 11 is romance. Romance is a type of love and acceptance that moves beyond general belonging. When we engage in intimate romances, we gain a range of benefits that feel especially wonderful. Number 12 is saving. Human desires transcend past the present moment. Sure, we might have food right now, but what about later? Saving is a tool, a psychological mechanism that has helped humans feel in control since the time we were cavemen. We save money and resources to feel comfortable that we will feel satisfied even if resources are scarce around us. Number 13 is social contact. Even introverts cannot spend their entire lives alone. It's very mentally damaging. Humans desire interacting with other people, whether we have known them for a long time or even if they're strangers who we might develop a potential relationship with. Number 14 is social status. Humans are very social creatures, and we want to feel validated by the people that we engage in social contact with. We all feel the desire to become the alpha male, or at least an accepted member of a group. Our status could commingle with our acceptance or move into an area where we feel power over our peers. Number 15 is tranquility. Tranquility is the desire to feel calm, peaceful, protected, and safe. The tranquility could be a physical feeling, like feeling physically safe from harm from your spouse or in your neighborhood, or a mental feeling, like feeling calm with your place in life and where you're heading. And the last one is vengeance. Vengeance is the desire to get back at another person who has treated you unfairly or hurt you. This goes back to the Kantian fairness bias. Getting revenge is a desire that shapes many movies, books, and journeys. But not all desires, however present and real they might be, are productive in the long run. When you're setting goals for yourself, try to reflect on these 16 basic desires and how they play into what you actually want out of life. What do your goals aim to give you? Do they want to give you independence, power, tranquility? How does satisfying these basic desires benefit or maybe even threaten your lives or the lives of others? Does working towards one basic desire threaten your ability to satisfy another basic desire? As you might have noticed, some of these desires contradict each other. Ignoring one desire might leave you feeling unsatisfied, so try to maintain a balance. Also, before I end this video, don't forget to check out the freebie PDF in the description below to stay updated on my awesome side project. Keep these basic desires in mind as you create a positive, balanced plan that promotes positive growth and a more satisfying life. The more we reflect on our desires and the goals that try to get us there, the more easily we can recognize when our goals are beneficial both now and for us in the long run. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video.
All right, thank you very much. So what could you understand or how do you agree with this? Was there in the video something that you consider that matches with you? For example, in my case, I think that yes, to be independent is very pleasant, but in the last part, the desire of revenge, I don't know, I'm not very sure. What's your opinion? What do you think about this, Claudia?
For me, yes. I think that all the humans have many desires. For example, like acceptance that is important for the humans feel that they are they are or they are a part of a group. And for example, the when you are in your family, it's important that you pass time with them. And when you, for example, in the family, for not for all the people, it's important to have a family. For example, now not all that the girls want to have a babies, but the families is a have many concepts for each person. For example, for me, my families have songs, but for other um, person is just have a partner. High individual expectations for me is um, good. It's pleasant because when you have a goal in your life, you won't forget that your goal that you get your goal. The independence, um, when I when I married, I get my independence with of both my parents, and I feel me better that if I live with them, I feel me. mm, um, when you live in another house that is not yours, it's not good for all my family,
Mm-hmm.
because in sometimes, for example, your parents don't like the things that you like, and maybe you have many problems.
Yeah, not only with you, but also with your mate, with your husband, your wife. Of course, it is so difficult to cope with. Excellent. Thank you very much. Claudia, who's your victim?
Okay, Flor,
Thank
please.
you.
I consider that that all the people has a little bit of each of these basic desires, but maybe we cannot recognize them, and some of them we have not. Some of them are not well balanced because we just focus just in one of them. For example, I was thinking about power, that I know that it is a feature of the human being to want to have the control, the power of everything, in every place, in every status of hierarchy of an organization. And maybe we confuse about that kind of power because I looking at this or watching at this video, I consider that we can have the power in all the actions that we do, and because we need to have the control of all the things, but with a certain limit, just with a limit, and that we need to share this responsibility with others and not to fool to feel that we have or we want to have the power of everything. And uh, in this sense, I think that most of we have all these basic desires, but we don't have them well balanced sometimes. For me, I think that the first one is to be maybe my family, because I I like to be with my family and I share moments with my family, but I I think that I wouldn't take out the other ones. I think that ideally would be also a good one because we all trying most of the time become a better person or become a better worker or become a better mother, and that we are working with this, and we set a person that has experience on this and we want to follow her or follow him. And I think that we have all these desires in deep ourselves.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, great. I totally agree with you. Okay, Flor, your victim.
I think it's Fabiola who is missing.
Yes, I think so.
Yes, I'm missing. And what I want to say about this is that I agree with almost all of them, except vengeance or revenge, because I think that is normal, but I think that more than revenge, we are looking for justice. And we don't like when we feel indignation, and it doesn't mean sometimes that we are going to do the same wrong that people make to us, or we are going to, ¿cómo se diría? Hacerles mal, dañar, to damage them. We are not necessarily to damage or to hurt them, but we want to be, we want to get justice. And that's what I would say about revenge, that maybe it's not revenge, but that we are looking for justice. And everything I agree, all the desires, but I would add maybe the looking for healthy, because if we are not healthy, we can do nothing. Because I think that we need to be healthy in order to get all our goals. Yes,
Uh-huh.
teacher.
Yes, you're right. I totally agree with you. I would add up the pleasure for success. Of
Yes,
course, when you get a goal, I mean, then you have a success, and it is so pleasant when you
yes.
uh, get what you wanted, when you have what you were working for, and so it's magical to feel successful.
Yes, exactly. When you accomplish a goal, it's wonderful.
Yeah,
Yes, when you make all your efforts and you get it, it's very, very satisfactory.
yeah,
Yes,
too
I agree,
much.
teacher.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you
I
very much.
agree, teacher. Thank you.
Thanks to you. All right, guess what? Here I found this mood meter. It's so nice. And so it contains a lot of words that talk about your mood. They are too much, of course, but they are also going to be very useful whenever you want to refer about how you feel. And it is not the same to say, I am feeling very bad, 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 than to say, you know what, I feel enraged. Or maybe you say, I am afraid. No, I'm not afraid, I'm panicked. All right. Or other way around. I am disgusted. Mm, I am, I don't know, sad. But guess what? If it is extremely, maybe you say, I'm despaired. So they are words that are going to help you to enhance your speech, that you use some different words. It's very good because you are going um, to have another level of conversation. It's something like into
Teacher,
Spanish. Yes.
I'm sorry, but I can't see very well of the words. Can you send
Uh,
it to us? Because it is not very clear, all the words
yeah.
that are in this
Yeah. In
chat.
fact, you know what? I sent it to you this week into your email with all of the materials of the week. The presentation, it is a PDF and it is called Pleasure. So check it
Okay,
out.
teacher.
If you don't have it into your email, please send me a message so that I can remember to send it to you. Okay?
Okay, teacher, I look for it and I'll advise. Thank you so much.
No, thanks to you. All right. Well, as I told you before, they are very useful words to describe how you feel about energy, pleasantness. Okay, so it works while that you have it. Okay, and guess what? I wanted to talk to you about some pleasant things. Well, for me, this is a double pleasure because I want to show you off. Guess what? I like music very much. I really feel pleasure for listening and playing music. But also for me, it's a pleasure to show you my son. He's my son. And so for me, this image is a double pleasure because, of course, I do enjoy listening and playing, as I told you before, but also to have a member of your family who is doing very well makes you feel proud. And so here you are. I introduce you to my son. And I would like also to talk about traveling. This is also a picture of mine. I took this picture in Veracruz. This is a very beautiful place that is called Jico, and it's the waterfalls of, oh, I'm sorry, I don't remember the name. It's, uh, um, no, I don't remember the name of this place. It's a little difficult. It's the waterfalls in Jico. When I remember, I am going to tell you what is exactly the name. In this moment, I don't remember. But well, to travel, to to wait for a baby, it's also a pleasure. So could you share with us what are the things that you feel so pleasant? Maybe if they are in the image, or if they are not, of course, you can talk about them. Okay, so Flor, why don't you talk to us about what you feel when you see some of these images. The image, describe the image that attracted your attention more.
I think that they are beautiful, and congratulations for your son. It it must be very pleasant to hear somebody that you love too. Congratulations.
Thank you.
The one that I would like to talk to is maybe about the one that has the fruit because it looks delicious. Maybe because I'm hungry, and because also it looks very sane, nutritional food, and that maybe it full your stomach and you're going to be working for a long time with energy and with happiness, and it is in a heart, in a dish with the figure of a heart. So it seems like it was very, I think that it has something behind itself, uh, for the forms that it has, and it has colorful, and I think I like that figure because the colors, the figure, and what it represents.
Hey, excellent. That's it. You know what? I feel like eating fruit also. I began feeling hungry when I saw those plates. All right. Thank you very much, Flor. Who's your victim?
Claudia.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, when I see the fruit, I feel happy, pleasant, um, because it looks delicious, and I love the fruit. Yes, and I'm hungry now.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And so when I see the waterfall, um, I feel enthusiastic, optimistic, happy, and I feel me energized, and I feel pleasant.
Excellent. Yes, thank you. You know what? Now I remembered what's the name of the place. It's the waterfalls of Texolo in Jico, in Veracruz. It is next to Jalapa. You should go
Okay.
there. It's a beautiful place.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Claudia. All right. So who's next?
Fabiola.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm next. Well, when I see these pictures, I feel cheerful because I think they are great. I think they show a very rich, very delicious fruit. When I look the other picture, I feel emotional. I feel excited because I love music, and I think that music is a language that can be understood by every kind of people at every age and in everywhere in the world. When I see the third picture, I think it was very pleasant to be over there because I can see that face that she's enjoying a lot.
Mhm.
And about the fourth picture, I can see a mother, and I think that it's very tender too, and we can be expectant about receiving a baby because she is in there, she's pregnant and she's in her last in her well, the last month of her pregnancy, and I think she's very excited about receiving her child. About the other picture, I can see the falls, and I think that it's very, very beautiful. And I think that person who are over there can be the light of that site. And about the other picture, I can see romance, and I think they are very well. They are in love, and they are maybe illusionated. They feel very joyful about being one with each other, and they are looking forward to be together. Maybe they are dreaming. They are very cheerful about that. And about reading a book, I think that is one of my pleasures. And I think that maybe it's a very cold day, and they feel when I read a book like that, I feel comfortable and I feel cozy, because I think that image evocates me the feeling of that I'm at home, and the weather is cold, and I feel well cozy.
Yeah,
Yes, I
that's
feel warm, and I love it. I love that picture.
oh yeah, that's it.
Yes, that's what I can say about the pictures.
Oh, thank you very much. All right, yes. To feel safe, to feel cozy, to feel comfortable is so important and so pleasant. And well,
Yes,
eh,
exactly.
I was thinking about this picture because it was also in the video that we need, well, we feel pleasure for food because it not only satisfies our appetite, we feel hungry, we eat. But of course, we also enjoy the taste of the food, the texture, and the wealthness that makes us feel when we eat. That's so something very important. Um, something that I want.
Teacher,
Yes.
I'm sorry. I want to tell you that I have review my email, and the last time I received an email from you about the activities and about it was the 5th week about the TV shows. So please,
Uh,
teacher, I'd like you to submit 6 and the other weeks, please,
oh
because
yes,
I'm
of course.
delayed. Yes, I'm delayed on the activities because I have had a lot of work and a lot of things to do. But please, I'm missing that
Yeah.
emails. Please, teacher, and thank you so much.
No, my
Would,
pleasure. I will do it right
would you
now.
like? Yes, would you like me to send you an email or
Yes.
that's enough?
No, a reminder, please, because I am very absent-minded. You know what? As I work in 5 different places, Jesus,
Mhm.
for me it is
Yes,
a business, and I forget
I
very.
can imagine.
Yeah. So please, yes,
I'm sending at this moment. I'm sending you that email.
thank you. I promise
Thank
to
you,
send it to you
teacher.
back. All right.
Thank you, teacher.
Well, no thanks to you. The last picture that I was showing in here are two girls. They are very pleasant because guess what? I'm going to tell you the story. These girls are cousins. They didn't know each other because she, the eldest, was living in another place, and she, the youngest, was living with her parents. But suddenly, destiny made possible that they got together for the first time. So they are meeting each other for the first time. They are my granddaughters. And this was for them a very pleasant moment because they have heard about each other because of what their parents say, but they were never together. They didn't have the opportunity till this moment. And so when we get somebody who was a part of us, when we meet together, it's also very pleasant. And so I took this photograph because I saw that they were really delighted of meeting each other. So for me, it was a very important moment. Okay, well, you know what? I think that we could continue talking for a long time about these pleasant things. I would like to finish the class with this phrase. When unpleasant things happen in our life, we can either become wise or wounded. This is the choice we have. So sometimes unpleasant things can also be turned into learning or into benefits. It depends on our attitude. Well, thank you very much for your attendance, for your attention, and meet you next class. Have a very good night.
Thank you, teacher. Have a
Teacher,
good
good night.
night, you too.
Likewise, thank you very much. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.